this weekend, we were talking about this yesterday on the radio show.
Yeah.
We were talking to people inside the White House, also the negotiations on the Capitol Hill. And it seemed like the White House was making it pretty clear. We want the trigger, and we don't think Harry should push hard for the opt-out. Harry Reid decided to go his own way. What's going on?
He did, and it's interesting. The White House is supportive of the effort. They're not going to sit there and let them out there on their own. You got to give them credit. Talk about playing both sides of the fence on this one. The White House never would publicly say one way or the other in the public option. They'd always say they wanted one, but they never said they had to have one. So they were always prepared to declare victory no matter what happened. Let's see if Harry Reid has the votes. These guys I know are sort of exhausted and a little punch drunk from this idea that somehow all the work they did to get Olympia snow could be for naught.
Well, what's so interesting is
if this is the way they go.
Yeah.
But I agree with Halpern what he said. Apparently. Apparently Reid wasn't willing to call the bluff of a few senators on the left who were trying to be just as tough on this as some of these conservative senators.
So Chuck, it's interesting you say the White House was playing both sides. Obviously, behind the scenes, they were telling you and others they preferred the trigger. They wanted to keep Olympia Snow on board. But now they're going to go ahead and go with Reid. One White House person yesterday told the Huffington Post they thought it was, quote, dangerous what Harry Reid was doing, but quickly backtracked and said, but if he can. So it sounds like the attitude of the White House is, okay, Harry, if you can get the votes, buddy, get it. But you better not come up short.
You're the vote counter, but don't come crying to us when you need that last vote. That said, I've also been told, okay, right now it's this opt-out. The compromise could end up being the opt-in, and maybe this is what Reid was doing here, going with the opt-out so that the opt-in was the compromise rather than the trigger being the compromise. Explain
the opt-in. Does that allow the states to say we're not going to take this unless we choose to?
Correct. It's more of a allowing. I think this is what Tom Carper wanted to do, and it's what a lot of the former governors who are now senators would prefer. They don't like a mandate from the government that they have to suddenly say, no, we don't want it, versus they would like to choose, oh, okay, yes, Mr. Federal Government, we would like this choice.
Okay, so that would allow me as a blue dog Democrat running in Tennessee, for instance, to say, hey, listen, I did not vote to put a national mandate on anybody. It's up to you. It's up to the governor. It's up to the state legislature of Tennessee. We've got the power to make the decision here. I just gave you another option.
Right, and that is something that some of these conservative Democrats would feel good. So, look, opt-out, opt-in. I'll say this: it looks like trigger was something that apparently really set some on the left and the progressive blogosphere off. They really believed that somehow trigger was a way to pretend you were going to have a public option but never have it.
Hey,